Inside the Mind, the official podcast of Missouri S&T Athletics. Patrick Murphy here with you again, as always. We'll be talking with the two individuals responsible for one of the latest viral internet sensations, Cole Hampton and Will Hayes from the Missouri S&T baseball team today. But before we do, I want to take a moment to tell you this episode of Inside the Mind is sponsored by minor corporate club member Dickey's Barbecue Pit. We'd like to thank them for their membership in the corporate club and support of S&T Athletics. As I mentioned, we'll be talking with Cole Hampton and Will Hayes today, but before we get into that, if you could please be a friend, tell a friend about the show as we continue to tell the stories and talk with Missouri S&T student-athletes, staff, administrators, alumni, and more, and talk all things Missouri S&T athletics. Final recap, or not necessarily a final recap, but, we're winding down the spring season here. There's less and less action going on. Just three teams in action this past weekend. Had baseball closing out the regular season along with the men's and women's track and field teams competing at the conference championships. Baseball opened their final road series of the season Friday at Quincy. Miners fell in the first three games of the weekend. Played a pair of close ones Saturday. Big innings by Quincy. Late in those games ended up being the difference, but finally got the best of the Hawks on Sunday, winning a wild 12-11 game in the finale of the weekend to end the regular season. 6 players had multi-hit games in that one. 9 different players found the hit column for S&T in the game. Will Hayes and Braden Mahiran combined to go 6 for 10 with 2 RBIs, had 3 runs. They each had 3 hits apiece. Brady Voss and Tate Morrell had 2 hits each and drove in a pair. Andrew Branson and Christian Montez de Oca each had a pair of hits and drove in a run. Chasen Anderson picked up the win in relief. Nate Wadka recorded his first career save as S&T finished out the 2022 schedule 20-25 overall, 8-16 in the conference. Unfortunately, not good enough to qualify for the Great Lakes Valley Conference Tournament, which begins today as we're recording this week's episode on Thursday. Just working around everybody's availability and schedules this week since we're also wrapping up the academic year as well. Want to again congratulate and thank the 8 seniors on this year's baseball team: Cade Meyer, Tate Morrell, Jaden Courtois, Christian Montez de Oca, Dylan Dunbar, Chasen Anderson, Braden Mahiran, and Will Hayes on everything they've done in their careers and all they've accomplished in their time in Rolla. We certainly wish them all the best in their professional careers moving ahead as well. Also want to take a moment to congratulate Andrew Branson on being named a second-team All-GLVC selection last night as a utility player, as the league announced its all-conference squads ahead of the 2022 conference championships beginning today. Branson, a native of St. James, Missouri, from just down the road, saw action at all 4 infield spots this year, made the majority of his starts at third base, also saw starting time at shortstop and second, with a little bit of time at first base. Started 40 of the 43 games he appeared in overall this season, hit .315 with 8 doubles, 4 home runs, and was one of 4 players to drive in 30 or more runs this season. He ranked in the top 5 on the team in multiple offensive categories. Also had 11 multi-hit games this season and had a stretch from March 13 to 20th where he hit safely, drove in at least 1 run, and scored at least 1 run in 6 straight games. So congratulations to Andrew on garnering all conference honors this season. Track and field teams were competing at the 2022 Great Lakes Valley Conference Outdoor Championships this past weekend, hosted by SBU in Bolivar, Missouri. The event shortened just to 2 days due to inclement weather last week. If anybody in the Midwest didn't know, or anybody that's not in the Midwest didn't know, rained pretty much the entire week from like Monday through Thursday. Weather finally broke a little bit on Friday and allowed that conference meet to get underway. Minor men's team ran it back, won their second straight title, 6th overall. Began on Friday. 4 individual titles. Hayes Petito won the steeplechase in a school record time of 9:02:54. Second time in as many weeks he's broken his own school record to win that event. Jacob Lubert won the hammer throw with a mark of 192.8. Joseph Nickel won the pole vault, swept that title in both the indoor and outdoor seasons. Congratulations to him. He cleared a height of 15.9 in that event, while Mitch Fairless went back-to-back in the high jump, clearing 6.9.5. Several other medalist honors: Jake Anderson in the pole vault, Nathan Swadley in the discus, shot put, and hammer, Lucas Rackers in the 1500 meters with a school record time of 3:48:44, Kyle Burke in the 110-meter hurdles, Jarrett Johnson in the javelin, Aaron Tobin in the 400 meters, Tyler Marshart in the shot put, Otto Niddle and Nick Yankee in the decathlon as well. Plenty of other top 5 performances as well as top 10 performances from the minor men's team as they defended their outdoor title So congratulations to all of them as well. Want to give special recognition to Otto Niddle. He was named the league's Freshman of the Year this year, while Sean Meineke was named Coach of the Year, second year in a row. So congratulations to them as well as all the medalists from the meet on the men's side of things. Women's team S&T finished 8th overall, got 5 scoring performances Friday, led by Jessica Rhodes in the discus, finished 2nd with a throw of 138.8. Paige Lambright and Sydney Stevens both also in the top 10 in that event. Sydney Gratz, who also is one of the members of the Missouri S&T women's soccer team, finished tied for 5th in the pole vault, while Grace Geisler posted a top 10 effort in the steeplechase. Saturday, Maya Washington took 4th in the 100 meters in a time of 12 seconds flat. Anne-Marie Tyson took home a top 5 finish in the high jump. Paige Lambright and Sydney Stevens are also in the top 10 in the shot put, while Stevens also went 6th in the javelin later that day. For full recaps about the weekend's events, head over to minorathletics.com, read more about all those events, and see the latest news in Missouri S&T athletics. This week, it's wrapping up the end of the semester. Finals week, congratulations to all those graduating this weekend. Good luck to everybody finishing up in the classroom, taking final exams. We thought we were done with home events at the conclusion of the home softball season a couple weeks back, but small change of plans. We've got one more home event added to the calendar. Today, Thursday, is when we're recording this, have the Missouri S&T Last Chance Qualifier meet. Several student athletes from all around the Midwest region trying to put up one final best effort to qualify for the NCAA National Championships coming up here in a couple weeks towards the end of the month. That'll be at Allgood Bailey Stadium. So good luck to everybody competing there. Hope to see everybody out and cheering on the Miners, taking a break from studying or taking a break from exams, or if you're done, hopefully you can come out and cheer on the Miners in the third of 3 home meets that'll be hosted at Allgood Bailey Stadium this year. We'll step aside, take a short break, be back on the other side with Will Hayes and Cole Hampton on this episode of Inside the Mine, presented by Dickey's Barbecue Pit. Inside the Mine, this episode presented by Dickey's Barbecue Pit of Rollo. I want to thank them for their membership in the Missouri S&T Corporate Club, and again for their support of minor athletics. Joining us now, 2 members of the Missouri S&T baseball team. First, he's a 5-year member of the S&T baseball program, a career .326 hitter, batted .393 last season with 11 doubles, 2 triples, and 20 stolen bases. Alongside him, he just wrapped up his 4th year in the program, made 17 starts in 23 games this year, had 4 extra base hits, drove in 8, and scored 18. Together, they broke the internet last week with one of the greatest viral rain delay videos you'll ever see. Please welcome to the show Will Hayes and Cole Hampton. Fellas, thanks for stopping by. I know it's been a busy week with finals and wrapping up the semester, but appreciate you taking time to stop by and chat with us.
Yeah, thanks, Murph. It's good to be here.
Oh, yeah, all the thanks goes to you for having us, Murph. We're ready to have a good time.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're all about here on Inside the Mine, having a good time. I know everybody's dying to hear about that latest viral internet sensation, but before we get into that, I want to talk about a few other things real quick. Obviously, the season wrapped up over this past weekend. Didn't necessarily go the way that we had hoped it would. Finishing 20 and 25 overall, 8 and 16 in the GLVC. Had to overcome a pretty challenging schedule in conference, a pretty stout non-conference schedule as well. And again, just dealing with everything else that comes with being a college baseball player. Looking back, you guys can answer this one at a time or kind of go back and forth. How do you two think the season went? Just kind of looking back on it.
Giving this one to me to take.
Sorry, you're older.
All right. Yeah, no, I appreciate the seniority.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Murph, it's obviously not how we envisioned our season going. We set out always with the goal to win a conference championship, or at least be in a place to compete for a conference championship. And we didn't give ourselves the opportunity to do that, not making a playoff appearance this year. So that's disappointing. But at the same time, I think our team still had a lot of good things that we accomplished. I think we were 1 home run shy of tying the team home run record for a season. we had a few games on the mound with 10 plus strikeouts. So, we showed what we had out there on the field. A lot of ups and downs, but still a lot of fun had throughout the year and a lot of memories still made, I feel like. What do you think, Champ?
Yeah, I think you summed that up pretty good. We definitely showed a lot of flashes of hitting and fielding and defense, and if we could just get all those wrapped up together for most of the games, I think that we do have the opportunity to win a conference championship. So it is good to see the potential we have, but we just couldn't perform as well as we know we're capable of this season. But it's good to see for the future.
For sure. Plenty of good things to see this year as well. A lot of, again, some pretty young in certain places. That starting rotation. Some key guys in the bullpen coming out. Got some pretty valuable innings this season. So moving ahead, that'll be a big step for them as they look to take on more of a leadership role moving into next season. You guys have both been around here for a while. Will, you've been here for 5 years. Cole, this is your 4th year. What is it about Missouri S&T that makes it such a special place to be a student athlete at?
Well, in Rolla, Missouri, about an hour and a half from any big city. So, your nights aren't spent going out on the town very often. Your nights are spent.
What, you guys don't go down to Pine Street every night?
No, sometimes we'll hit up Pine Street, sure. Hoppers, they got some nice food there.
American Taco's pretty decent.
American Taco, we hit up. Randy's Roadkill, if you ever want to take the family out there. It's a nice dinner.
Country Bob's.
Oh,
shout out Country Bob's.
Hey, no, big shout out Country Bob's.
Travis, if you're listening.
Travis from Country Bob's,
Yeah.
we really formed a friendship with him this spring. Honestly, I feel like it's been I've done a disservice not going to Country Bob's my 4 years prior.
It's really unfortunate.
But, man, it's a heck of a place. And I think something that, Champ, that's really something you're going to pass down to the young guys is hitting up Country Bob's.
Yeah, Country Bob's going to be a hangout place for sure for the following the future.
Yeah, who would have known that a pork chop breakfast can taste so good? You know what I mean?
And then the stuffed French toast with strawberries on top and whipped cream. I know, right?
That sounds lethal right there.
It is lethal.
Yeah.
But anyways, the experience at S&T as a student athlete, I can talk mostly just about the baseball experience and what's made that are my teammates. We find a way to make a lot of fun with each other, but also the student part of the athletics, it's certainly challenging here at S&T. Most of us are taking engineering classes, but what's helpful is having guys that have gone through it before, maybe had those professors or had that tough class, or maybe you have a fellow teammate in the class with you. So just being able to get out of practice, quick shower and grub, and then meet up at the library and get right to work with someone rather than just trying to tackle things on your own has been a huge help throughout my years here.
Yeah, I think it really helps that, like Will said, most of us are studying engineering and we all have had similar workloads or the same professors, and I think that the fact that we all have the same academic goals in mind as well as the baseball goals, I think that's what brings us closer together, and the camaraderie between everyone on the team is amazing, and it's the best I've seen by far out of all the visits that I went to looking for schools to go to, and it's definitely something that I like to talk about and brag about our team.
For sure. That's a kind of a nice segue into this next question. When you two were both in high school going through the recruiting process, we all, went on tours, went to showcase camps, did all that. When you guys were coming down to that, making that final decision, what was it about Missouri S&T that checked all the boxes for you about being able to continue not just your baseball career, but also was going to set you up to have a good career after your time in college?
Well, on my visit, starting off as far as like recruiting wise for baseball, I was doing showcases with PBR, and my high school, Edwardsville High School, is a fairly reputable high school, so coach knew about Edwardsville, and he saw what I could do just coming to the games and seeing my stats on the PBR stuff, and he invited me down for a visit, and he drove me around campus, and I got to see all of the academic buildings as well as around town, and for me it was perfect because on campus there's some fairly historical buildings, and it's a well-established university as well, but I thought it was perfect because it was right in the middle between a large school in a small school, and then the education is just unmatched. I mean, I think there was statistics, something about Missouri S&T graduates have one of the highest salaries coming out of college in Missouri, or maybe the nation. I can't remember. But that really stuck with me. Is the camp is perfect size for me. So it's treated me well so far.
Yeah. Hey, we're happy to have you, champ.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Been a blast having you. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, for me, like you said, PBR, different showcases and whatnot in high school. You typically go to the bigger schools, like the D1 schools near your area. So I did that and felt like, got some solid evaluations, but never really any serious looks. I planned on actually going to Rose-Hulman, D3 in my hometown of Terre Haute, Indiana. But that was just, I hadn't committed. That just seemed like the place. I wasn't really looking into JUCOs. And then I felt like, you know what, I'm not really getting these D1 looks, but I feel like I could play at that D2 level. So I actually just Googled D2 baseball engineering. That was just kind of pretty focused what I was looking for.
I think that's what I did too, actually.
You think? And yeah, you just go through the list and send a few emails out. Fortunate that Coach DeGraff replied, and I think like within 24 hours he said, when can you get on campus? Came spring of my senior year, and just walking around and seeing our facilities, seeing the beautiful campus. Knew I was gonna come to a place that had prestigious engineering and competitive baseball that was geared towards winning. So I think I went back home with my parents and said that place felt like home there, and sure turned out to be my second home.
Yeah, that's how it was for me too. I toured a few campuses, and S&T really struck me. I knew I wanted to come here after my visit, unlike some of the other places where I was kind of questioning it. But yeah, I knew this was the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I mean, I felt the same way. Obviously, my path took me a different way with my career coming to an end at the end of high school. But I know when I came up here for my visit, it was just an academic tour. I remember the weather was just abysmal that day. But it was just, I think this was like the sixth of six places I went to, and just walking around, you get that feeling just walking around campus, like this is the place that I want to be, and this is where I want to spend my time at and get a degree from. We're going to go ahead and move on to what everybody wants to hear about. If anybody hasn't seen it, the viral video from the rain delay of day 2 of the Southern Indiana series, with Cole balancing various items on his face, as 2 weeks ago. During most rain delays, you'll see, tarp slides. I will say this, shout out Matt Ellingson.
Yep, that was a solid tarp slide.
That was a very solid tarp slide that he did.
Good form.
But most of the time, it's you see tic-tac-toe in a baseball, going back and forth between the dugouts, or guys doing a dance-off, or get up and do jousting or something else. You guys just decided, obviously I wasn't there, and I wasn't particularly paying too close attention to the live stream to see if there's any other antics that preceded this. But you guys seem to have just skipped all over that and decided to say, hey, what can we find that Cole can balance on his face? Mm-hmm. So, how did you guys decide that was the thing to do to pass time during that 2-hour weather delay?
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and give the intro of how it started, and then I'll let you give your experience of performing it. That work with you, champ?
Yeah, that works for me.
So, I'll start with the rain delay, right? So we're playing the game against Southern Indiana. Rain starts pouring in. We're hanging out on the bus. We were actually all on the bus playing a game called Stumble Guys. It's an app. Shout out Stumble Guys. Right out the gate, we that was our first level of entertainment. Then we were allowed to go back at the dugout. In the dugout, some games of 6 bounce started going on, where just 2 guys try to work their way up, 1 bounce between each other, 2 bounces, 3 bounces, up to 6. I think they got up to 8 maybe. And then there's obviously some hacky sack going on.
Probably the POs.
Yeah, that's more of the PO life. Then actually Champ and Tate were rolling the ball across the handrail and trying to keep that balance, so that was entertaining us. And then my buddy at Southern Indiana, Ethan Hunter, shout out him. He just graduated as well. An all-time USI great career. He just raised his bat up like this and pointed to it. And we've been friends since we were about 8 years old, and I knew exactly what he was saying. because he had seen the TikToks I had already posted of Champ, and he knows Champ all right a little bit now, and I had posted, I counted them up, 13 TikToks prior to the viral one of Champ balancing things.
So this is stuff that's been going on like for a while during the season. Obviously, I got photos of it during that 21 innings day in the fall, and I guess that was the first time I saw it. But this has been a thing throughout the spring then.
Yeah, I never anticipated on showing anyone that I had this talent, but Will, I think it started maybe last year. He's like, you got to show someone, like, we got to post this on social media. We got to take videos. You're going to go viral. I'm like, no, Will, it's stupid. I'm not doing that. And then one day I broke down. I'm like, okay, fine. We'll film a video. And then we started doing it like every day for a few days.
Yeah, I had the vision. I will be honest. I mean, I saw we had some gold, and it was like, I needed the rest of the world to see it, for the gold to really start to become valuable, if you will. But yeah, if people want to say that we just popped off, that we haven't been putting in the work, I'll say, check your receipts, really, because it's like, no, we were putting in the work. We had this was a goal in mind that we I believe we manifested, to be honest, Champ.
Well, we'll put in all the work. I'm just
No, I'm nothing without Champ. I'm nothing without you. See, I mean, the partnership is real, folks. It's not just for the camera. It's not just for the film. Anyways, he puts up the bat, and then I was like, oh, Champ, you got to balance something. Start balancing something. And then really that's all it took. Then Champ took the reins. I got the phone out, got the filming and the narration going, and talk about the build-up, Champ.
Someone, I guess, yeah, like Will said, Ethan held up the bat across in the other dugout, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll do the bat, not thinking that I was going to do anything else, just because I thought Ethan wanted to see it. But I think our dugout just started getting rowdier and rowdier, as you can see in the video, and their dugout started getting rowdy, and it eventually led to my hat, and then to my helmet, and then someone handed me a chair.
Yeah.
And I did that, and then I did Will's foam roller that didn't make the TikTok.
Yeah, there's some behind-the-scenes stuff that Patrick Murphy will get. There is a foam roller video of Champ in the middle of that, but
so it went folded chair, foam roller, unfolded chair.
Right? I
Right?
believe so.
Yeah.
But the thing with the foam roller is, it just didn't garner the traction, like the excitement behind it wasn't really there. So as I was clipping the video, it had a nice crescendo of excitement, then like the foam roller, and then back up. So we just nixed the foam roller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did the chair, and then the foam roller, and then someone wanted to see the chair unfolded, so I had no problem doing that. And then I think Tate or Logan on the team grabbed the hand sanitizer, stand in the corner of the dugout, and that was actually kind of tricky because it's full of gravel. So when I flipped it over, all the gravel rolled down. Yeah, and the center of gravity was like right on my face. So I got that, thankfully. And then the boys wanted to see the 20-foot pipe that was holding down the tarp on the baseball field, and I didn't think I could do it. I've done stuff like that before, but
Is that the biggest thing you've ever balanced on your face before?
that's the tallest thing. Yeah, I've done heavier things, but it was like, I don't know, probably 50 pounds, but 20 feet long. So Tate grabbed it from home plate and carried it over, and he helped me kind of get it up right here, and then I did the rest, and I kind of balanced it on my face.
Keep the mic by the chin.
Yeah, I kind of balanced it on my face and let go of my hands, and then
Balance the Champ.
history from there.
I know everybody else that was like, in the background of that video was like, hey, make somebody stand behind him and make sure it doesn't come backwards
Yeah, that
on
was
him.
Coach.
Yeah, he was looking out for our safety. But one funny thing that actually no one mentioned during the day or even like that night was that we were in the middle of a rain/lightning delay. So a bunch of the comments are like, leave it to these smart engineers to put a 20-foot metal pole on his chin during a lightning delay. Like, couldn't see anything wrong going with that. Or like other ones were like, I was really waiting for lightning to strike him at the end.
Yeah,
So
that was
if someone has like good visual effects, they should really like clip lightning in there, repost it.
that
That'd
was
be
my
good.
very first thought, holding that aluminum bat up on my face. But then I
Yeah,
realized
that was probably the one that was the most likely to get struck.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the PVC is a little bit taller getting up there, but
Yeah, that was fun though. Yeah, I don't know if do you know what happened at Quincy?
I believe I heard a little bit about it. I got home the other day and I ran into to Cade and Dylan, and they told me it was during a replay challenge. Um, I think you were the next guy up,
Mm-hmm.
and you're sitting around just kind of waiting for the umpires to figure out replay or figure out what to do, and then Bill, you got up, and you said like, "Hey, do the thing."
I was like, champ, let's go. Well, actually, it wasn't just me. Most of the dugout actually was going for it, and then Champ was being hesitant, and then I got the phone, and I was like, Champ, pointing to the phone, like, come on, and then he was like, oh, yeah. If we have to give a part 2 to the world, then
And then
all right.
didn't the Quincy dugout start getting into it? Like, hey, we don't believe you. And then the Quincy parents are like, do the thing.
We had the crowd. You could definitely see throughout the crowd, like, people hitting each other and be like, oh, that's Champ. Like, that's the guy. That's the guy. That's the guy.
I really didn't want to do it because I was like the only one on the baseball field at that time. The whole entire Quincy defense was standing at the pitcher's mound just staring at me. And the umpires are behind me, looking at the replay, and I'm just sitting there, hitting practice swings. And
the spotlight is on you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Will starts screaming, and then our whole entire dugout starts screaming, and then Quincy dugout starts screaming, and then the whole entire stadium's yelling. And I'm like, okay, I guess I got to do this.
Champ doesn't buckle under pressure.
No.
He's a
Champ
man.
balances.
He's a man of the people.
Champ really be a sea lion for real.
Yeah, it was fun though. That still has yet to be posted on TikTok, but
yeah,
yeah,
it's in the works.
it is. Yeah,
Part 2's in the works.
yeah, that's what the manager's for.
I think the biggest question I saw a lot in the comment section is like, how do you figure out that's an ability that you have? Like, at what age do you determine that you have a knack for finding the center of gravity of things and being able to balance them on your face?
Yeah, everyone asks me that, and I really do. I wish I had an answer, but
You got to start coming up with a really cool origin story. I mean, if you do come up with one, though, we might have to clip this out and get rid of the
well,
evidence.
you can help me with that. That's the manager's job.
Okay, you're right. All right, yeah, you're right. Next task for me.
Yeah.
Cool origin, like a superhero origin story.
Yeah.
Balancer boy.
Mhm. But I've just always I've just always been able to do it, and yeah, like people always ask me that, and I just can't give them an answer. But I've always been good at just random, stupid things that have no purpose, that serve no purpose.
Oh, Champ, you serve no purpose. Give yourself some credit. Look at all the joy and happiness you spread. There is a purpose to these talents you have,
I
and
guess
I
when
think
you
right
look
now
at it
you're
like that.
discovering them and putting them to work.
Yeah, I guess when you look at it like that, maybe we'll have to start a new series about, I don't know, something else.
So what's easier for you to, or what's harder, I should say? Little things like a hat, or like bigger things like a baseball bat or like something like that.
So the smaller the object, like the shorter the object, is definitely harder because of physics and whatnot, engineer stuff. But yeah, the smaller stuff like the hat and the helmet are harder, and the bigger stuff like a baseball bat. Baseball bat's really easy. The pipe was really easy. It was just hard because it was so heavy.
You just had to get it up.
Yeah. But that's actually kind of the fun thing about this little talent is the stuff that looks the most impressive, like the big objects, are the easier ones. Kind of giving away my secret here, but yeah.
I mean, hey, you're not the only one who does it. I know the amazing Tyler is a big fan of your work. I think he was the one back in the fall when I saw you doing that, and I was like, had the cameraman. I was like looking at that, and I'm like, oh wait a minute, I have a camera in my hand. I need to take a picture of this. And then I got the pictures. Like, I know exactly what I'm doing with these. I'm gonna tweet them at this guy. I know he's impressed with it, but there's other people that have the knack for that.
We got a comment from Amazing Tyler. We actually just posted a new one. Go check it out at Will_Hayes3
On TikTok.
on
Shout
TikTok
out.
or Instagram. It's also posted there. But yeah, at the Quincy Hotel, Champ was a sea lion in the pool for real. So Champ in the pool. Champ takes a swim, I think was the title of that one. The virality of that one is nowhere near the Perfect Storm one, but we did get the comment from Amazing Tyler, and he said we should collab. Said he's coming to St. Louis during the summer, so we might need to make a trip.
So
And
you can give us free tickets.
yeah, I mean, free tickets cool, but I'm saying Tyler, hey, let's get us out there on the stage with you. Right?
I'm down. Will's got to be there to film.
Hey, as we said, Champ doesn't buckle under pressure. I go as far as say he thrives.
That'd be
Everett.
a great part. Great part of the show. He's just doing his thing, and all of a sudden he just brings some random dude out of the crowd and like, hey,
Hey.
and then just everybody else be like, who is this guy? And then all of a sudden you just start doing your thing. Will, when you first posted the rain delay video on TikTok, did you have any idea that it would blow up the way that it has?
I'm gonna be honest. I did with that one. I like to say that video right there was
just confidence right away. Like, I knew.
Yes, and I like to tell people that video was the perfect storm, literally. With the rain delay, because he just had this nice crescendo of smaller objects to higher objects, and we had like just to the end a super impressive one. I felt like the angle of the shot to capture it all the way in the picture like was a nice screen grab for people, and then like you had the team behind us, like their reaction, the other team's reaction, and so like right after I posted it, the first comment below was just like at ESPN, at MLB, at Overtime, at everybody trying to get it to go. I mean, it was a slow climb at first, but then I remember the next day I was away from them. I think I was in St. Louis, like a doctor's appointment or something, and I sat down to get some lunch. It was at like 17,000, and then I refreshed the page and it said 20,000 views, and I was like, pulled down the page, it was like 24,000 views. So then I go to call them, and I look, and then like right as I'm about to call them, they're calling me, or they as in Champ and Andrew Branson, and they're like, "Are you looking at the TikTok?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, like every second it's going," and that's when it was just really, really, really going.
Well, the funny thing before that was like 2 hours before that, Will posted the video, and within the first hour and a half, it was maybe getting like maybe a view a minute or something like that.
Yeah.
Really, really, really slow. And Will texted me.
Oh yeah.
He said, "Hey Champ, I think you got to post this on your TikTok because it's not blowing up like it should."
Yeah, I was like, give it a few days for the algorithm, but I'd repost it because I think this should go viral. It's just for some reason not today. But go ahead.
I don't have anything. That was perfectly said. Good job.
Hey, no. All you.
Love that. Now, obviously, it went nuts. I saw it like Jenna Lee, posted on her IG story. I saw it. I wasn't aware that it like went on TikTok or anything until like I got home from the gym that Tuesday night after. And like my buddy at Southern Miss and my buddy at UGA both messaged me on Twitter. They're like, "Yo, is this your baseball team?" And I was like, "What the?" And it's the link to it's already on ESPN at this point. And I see it. I'm like, "Yep, that's my guys." I had no idea this was going to happen. And then from like 10 o'clock on Tuesday night through like the end of the week, like that was my life trying to track where it was getting reposted.
Yeah.
Like MLB.com, ESPN.com. Made SportsCenter's IG reel, Bleacher Report, Overtime, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's probably on at least 4 dozen places.
Yeah,
easy.
Yeah,
Easily.
so many different just like viral clips page or like people are awesome or check this out. Those type of just like meme pages almost. They were basically all picked them up.
Yeah, that iFacts or whatever page, I looked at it the other day. It had 10 million views just on that one Instagram page.
Yeah.
So I really have no idea how many people have seen it, but it's really cool to see all the support about everything. Yeah.
That was going to be my next question. Is like, do you have any idea how many places it's appeared and how many times it's been viewed? But I think we just it's you said just 10 million right there, so it's probably over 20.
Yeah,
Conservative estimate over 20.
Yeah, I mean, and to throw in the MLB.com article, it's got to be. I mean, the number of people that probably just have MLB.com as like one of their tabs, and then like the news section, it was like the second article, and right there, like picture of it and everything. So who knows how many people read that? And
I know some of our alums like Drew Aldana and Brian Nolan, they got getting ESPN notifications like Missouri S&T baseball player goes viral for balancing stuff on face, and they're like, wait a minute, what?
And I did love that they did that in the notification because I got a lot of people send that screenshot. I love how it said Missouri S&T because they could just be like, check out this balancing app.
College, it'd just be like generic college baseball player.
But they put Missouri S&T. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really cool to get that attraction for the university, and maybe that'll lead to a lot of good things in the future. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's any kind of publicity is good publicity. In most instances.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's just crazy how this has just taken off. I know this is week 2 and it's still going strong. Like Monday night, one of my friends at St. Ambrose NAIA school in like Iowa, they're like, "Hey, made MLB Europe just posted it this week."
Yeah, yeah.
It just keeps going, and it's just awesome that it's just one of those things. I know was it Stephen Schock was one of the first people to post it on Twitter. I think he was one that really got it going on
He accelerated it. Yeah, shout out Stephen Schock. He's one of my favorite people to follow on Twitter. Just a big, basically college baseball guru. And
the Dippin' Dots guy from the regional last year that those don't know about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he posted that out, and I think he said like, "This is the best thing on the internet," or like, "This is one of the best things on the internet."
This is the most important baseball highlight I've ever posted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was like, "Whoa!" No, I mean, that caption is. I mean, out of all the things he's posted too, there's been a lot of really cool things. So
I saw that tweet from him, and actually, like, probably almost exactly a week before we were playing Pitt State, and I hit a ground ball up the middle.
And we were on the wrong end of a highlight reel play. It was Cruz Aranda.
Yeah.
He tweeted that one. He tweeted that out.
He tweeted that, and I'm like, well, I made the internet. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
I saw that on the bus ride home when I was finishing writing my recap. I was like, cool, we made the internet, but we're on the wrong end of a highlight. I mean, it was a great play. I mean, Cruz Aranda made a great play, but no, it's cool. Like a week later, you're in the spotlight for the right reasons.
Yeah. I was thinking about tweeting at him like, hey, I don't appreciate you tweeting at me or video of me grounding out, but it's good now, I guess.
We're even.
We do have a video of Champ's home run from earlier in the year, and him doing the pickaxe celebration. I don't know how many angles we have of that one, but I might have to throw that in the talk. Shout, as much Champ content as possible.
Yeah, that was
most
fun.
electric home run celebration in the GLVC this year.
I
How'd you
don't even
guys
think
come
it's
up
close.
with that, by the way?
Logan Alley. Okay, so how many games were we into the season?
We're probably about a quarter of the way in.
Quarter, yeah.
Yeah, it was like probably 15 games in at that point.
Well, Logan Alexander all of a sudden just comes to the game one day with a real pickaxe, like a real one.
At our house, we were just brainstorming it as a house, I feel like, and talking about different home run celebrations. I think we saw a couple videos online, and then
Virginia Tech's got the sledgehammer.
Yeah,
to do,
and I don't know what the initial. I mean, it was just kind of a nice 7-man family room, brainstorming sesh and hanging out. And then it was like the next day, Logan was just like, "I got a pickaxe." Like came home from Lowe's and was just like there he had it. And then he's a architectural engineering guy, real nice design guy. So then he had spray painted it green, and was just like, all right, let's do it. And
then that day when he brought it out, I think a few guys were like, Logan, you brought this pickaxe out. We're not going to hit any home runs today. And that was the day we hit I think 7, 8 home runs?
I think it was 6. I think it was 6 in one game.
Yeah.
But the whole day was maybe 8 or something.
Yeah.
But.
So it definitely worked.
Yeah.
No, it's. I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, "Wait, what do we have here?" And then, trying to, we got some great photos of it throughout the year. I know Brady Voss and Garrett Weiner and Mr. Doug Wood were big guys involved in that celebration. Did the pickaxe go on the road at all, or was that just a strictly home thing this year?
It did go on the road. I'm pretty sure Doug Wood pickaxe Center Grove High School, which was turf, which is a site we played at UND because their field was wet. But he did it in the very lightest manner.
It was the cutest little pickaxe.
It was a really cute pickaxe.
Big swing and then just a love tap.
Yeah, just a nice little love tap.
Yeah.
But I think we didn't bring it the last couple of trips. I don't know if they're just kind of forgot or what. But I don't know. It definitely feels more like if you're gonna slam the heck out of the ground, you should do it to your own surface. But I mean, I don't know. We probably just take the electricity everywhere we go, to be honest.
Yeah, the pickaxe is just metaphorically a part of us now, I think. Yeah.
I think on the duties next year for buses, usually there's balls, bats, a couple tees. There needs to be pickaxe on there so it doesn't get forgotten.
Awesome. just circling back to kind of wrap up with the whole balancing act thing. Did you see Cirque du Soleil replied to you this week?
Yeah,
So
I didn't.
if the whole mechanical engineering thing doesn't work out, we've got a job opening for you.
Yeah, I didn't see that until like the following day, and I tweeted back at him. I said, "Hey, whenever you're around, I'll be ready." But I think Bro Bible wrote an article just about that tweet. I don't know if you've seen it, but yeah, I think the headline was Cirque du Soleil offers job to baseball player balancing act or something like that. Yeah, so that was really cool.
I actually, as his manager, I reached out to them and I DM'd them and I said like, hey, Champ will be back one more year for the minors and we'd be love to putting out content. We're very open for an NIL deal. If you'd be interested, you can promote your product and promote your circus act. And they just replied and were like, "Thank you for reaching out, but we don't do NIL promotional deals." But I was like, "Hey, yeah, I was putting in work for you behind the scenes." But I was like, "Hey, you know what? Shoot! Had to try to get the boy out there."
Will's the business and the communication side, and I'm just
the talent.
Yeah.
The talent. Is this by far gonna be? Is this really just gonna be one of those memories? It's like that, like when you look back at your time in college, is it gonna be like the memory that stands out to you?
I mean, it's quite memorable.
Yeah, there's a lot of memories.
But there's
a lot of memories.
It's hard to put one on a pedestal, you know.
Yeah, this whole video stuff is really fun, and I think me and Will have always been close, but I think it's really brought us even closer together, which I'm very blessed to have this experience with him. And I wish it would have started a little bit sooner in our college career, but he's going to be doing bigger and better things, so I'll just have to figure out how to carry the torch next year.
Yeah.
You're just going to have to find somebody else to be your camera guy.
Yeah, I mean, just no one can compete, though.
I just got to train him on when to say yeah, champ, how often to say yeah, champ.
It's just your tone of voice and the timing.
Yeah, champ.
Yeah, champ.
Yeah, it's just perfect. And then, like, when I'm hitting.
Sorry, champ.
When I'm hitting, all I hear is, like, yeah, champ.
Proud of you, champ.
Thank you. All this stuff. And, yeah, it's just not going to be the same. But, yeah, it's been a fun 4 years here at school, for sure.
Well, guys, appreciate you taking time out of your day. I know it's Cole. It's a busy week for you. You said you got a final coming up this evening. Bill, it's been a pretty light semester for you at one class. I'm sure just absolutely killed you. But congratulations on graduating this weekend. I know that's a big step.
Yeah, well.
Cole, we look forward to seeing you back here again next year. But yeah, guys, appreciate you taking time to talk about all this, share your perspectives on it, and kind of share some insights about your time here at Missouri S&T, your time as a student athlete, and everything else. Really appreciate it, and thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Murph. It was really fun.
Yeah, shout out to you, Murph. This is awesome. Really fun time.
You've been doing some great things for the program. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate the kind words, guys. And that'll wrap us up on this episode of Inside the Mind, again presented by Dickey's Barbecue Pit. Thank you all for taking time out of your day, spending a little bit of it with us, watching or listening, wherever you may be. We appreciate your support as always. Don't forget to subscribe to the show wherever you may follow along. If you've missed any previous episodes, head to the Fan Zone tab of MinorAthletics.com. Look for the Inside the Mind podcast. All previous episodes are archived there, as well as links to all the platforms where this show is available: Spotify, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, Deezer, and YouTube as well. Thank you all again for taking time out of your day and spending a little bit with us to listen. Until next time, cheers and go Miners.